Big shot, give me some. Just put your feelings on. All in, yeah. Get it done anytime, anyone. Call it, yeah. Give me some, give me some. Oh, yeah. Number one, give me ones. Oh, yeah, yeah. Top five, not five. Not four, not three, not two. Not four, not three, not two. Say what I mean, I do. Top five, not five. Not four, not three, not two. Not four, not three, not two. Say what I mean, I do. Okay, yeah, I'm a threat, and I.
All right, you guys, we're going to get right into it. We're going to call this one Brad Holmes back against the wall. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by Brad Holmes back being against the wall? Now, pretty much everybody, a lot of people are in agreement with what Brad has done. Some people don't agree with everything that he's done, but for the most part, a lot of people agree with all the moves that he's made in the offseason. And pretty much we're going back with the running back theology. It's cool. You know, Brad decided this is what he wants to do. I know that he has to pay other people in the future. You're going to have to worry about paying Aiden Hutchinson in the future. You're going to have to worry about paying Kirby Joseph in the future, Brian Branch, Jameer Gibbs, Sam Laporta. The list goes on the different players that have been performing for the Lions that he may end up having to pay, or you could end up losing some of these guys. So, but why Brad back would be against the wall is simply this. Brad had a chance to be able to go out and get a pass rusher that will be able to help us. And we're talking about veteran help. Now, there's still time for Brad to go out and get veteran help. It's not over yet. But at the same time, we know that he has had time to go out and scout a lot of these guys. We've never seen this in NFL history where it's been this many defensive edges available to you. You know, from Von Miller to Leonard Floyd, to Khalil Mack, to we probably wasn't ever going to get Myles Garrett, so we can't say Myles Garrett, even though a lot of people was thinking, and even myself was thinking at the time that maybe the Lions could trade for Myles Garrett, but we know that Brad Holmes is not going to pay a big contract to another defensive end. That's what he's not going to do, and if you guys know, that's why it's going to be hard to get Trey Henderson. Because Brad Holmes is not going to pay another defensive end on his team top-notch money when he still has to pay Aiden Hutchinson. And I understand that. So maybe this could be a reason why he's kind of trying to save some of the money is because he knows that in the near future, he's going to have to pay Kirby Joseph. He's going to have to pay Aiden Hutchinson. Then you got guys like Jameer Gibbs who's going to get paid a big contract. And then you also already know that Brian Branch, if the Lions are continuing to roll with everybody, Brian Branch is going to get a good deal as well. So Brad Holmes' back is against the wall. It's the final hour. He has a chance to go out and maybe get an Azeez Ojulari. He has an opportunity to go out and get a Matt Judon, somebody that's going to be veteran help on the defensive line. We as fans know that Brad Holmes needs to be able to address this defensive line. Why he will not get things done on the defensive line, I do not know. Now, yes, I already saw the guys that we're bringing back. Levi would be the starter. The other guy would be a rotational guy. The guy from the Cardinals, Lopez, he's going to be a rotational guy. Levi is going to be starting until Liam McNeil comes back. But at the same time, now this is funny. Levi got drafted before Liam McNeil, but Liam McNeil is the one who got the big deal. Man, make it make sense. But I know because Levi was hurt, and we pretty much was waiting for him to come off his injury and things of that nature. And Levi had a decent season last year. I'll give him that. He did have a okay season. Could have got to the quarterback a lot more than what he did, but he did get a lot of pressures. At the same time, you want to see those pressures turn into sacks. You want to see guys be able to get to the quarterback. The only weak spot really on the area for the Detroit Lions is the front line of the defense. You got to get it together. Now, we know when Aiden Hutchinson out there and he's healthy, Aiden's going to do his thing. We know when Liam McNeil comes back, he's going to do his thing. But before those guys come back, they still got to shake the rust off. So it's not a guarantee that Aiden Hutchinson is going to be the 110 that we think that he is, because in his mind, he has to go out there and play through saying that I'm not going to get injured again and I'm going to go out there and do my thing. The same thing with a Liam McNeil, because both of these guys are coming off severe injuries. So they got to have it in their mind when they get out on the field that I'm going to do my thing and I'm going to return to form on the player I was before I got hurt. So there's a lot of things that has to happen. So they're going to have to shake a little rust off whenever they do come back, because your mind is going to be playing tricks on you, and you don't want your mind to be playing tricks on you when you're a football player. You want to be confident. You want to know and make sure that you're going out there and you're going to do your job to the best of your ability. Now, the reason why Brad Holmes' back is against the wall, because he has an opportunity to go out there and get some help, some veteran help. And then also, we already know he's going to draft some guys. We already know that Brad Holmes is pretty good in the draft. But it would be nice to see Brad be able to get some veteran help on that line with the defensive end. I ain't talking about a tackle. We've pretty much handled the tackle situation. I'm talking about the defensive end, that position. Bringing back Zadarius, who you decided to let walk because you wanted to bring back Marcus Davenport on a cheaper deal. You're having us as fans trust and believe that Marcus Davenport is going to stay healthy for a whole entire season, and that part we just do not know. We don't know if Marcus Davenport is going to stay healthy for a whole entire season. So we're betting on that again. The same thing that we kind of did with Emmanuel Mosley. We're hoping that these guys can stay injury free and that they'll give us something. So we're coming into the season with Marcus Davenport probably penciled in as the starter next to Hutch whenever Hutch comes back. So pretty much his back is against the wall. He has to go out and find defensive talent, and it's going to have to be on that line. I'm not saying that all of the players that he drafts has to be defensive players, because that would be foolish of saying something like that. But I'm saying that Brad Holmes must address the defensive line, because it is the biggest weakness that we have on this team. Once the Lions can correct this defense and we're able to get out the quarterbacks and we're able to play ferocious and fierce on that front line, then I'm telling you, man, it's going to be hell for a lot of teams. But it's only going to be hell for teams when Brad Holmes go out there and get the talent that we need. Yes, it is a lot of defensive tackles in the draft that we can get on this roster, and it's also a lot of defensive ends that we can go out and get on this roster. But we're going to see what Brad is cooking, because a lot of people say that Brad is cooking, but we're going to make sure that the food is done, and we're going to make sure that the food comes out right, and we want to make sure that Brad is held accountable to making sure that he addresses the defensive line, because that is your biggest weakness going into the draft, the defensive line. All right, you guys, I'm out.